We are officially on the 17th day of July. I like that number, 17. 17. I have one grandson that was born in 2017. And his aunt has a son who was born in 2016. So I don't know, 16 and 17. I love both those numbers for different reasons. Anyway, we're going to start out the meeting with a bit of levity. Who would like to tell an amazing joke? An amazing, funny joke, or even a dad joke, any kind of joke, a joke. Calling once.
I'm looking at a joke. I looked up a joke right now.
Okay, okay. While he's looking for a joke right now, I believe I see the speaker spots are empty, but I thought we had a speaker for today. Do we have a speaker today?
It was supposed to be Will,
Oh,
and
yeah,
I was gonna evaluate it.
yeah. Condolences for Will, for those who don't know. Quite lost him. Okay. Would anybody like to deliver an amazing speech today? Impromptu, as Robin says, throw something. Yeah, perfection out the window. Anybody want to do that? Yes, I want to do like a poet.
I was Australian.
Awesome. You know, we had a Toastmaster. I don't know if you remember him. He used to do reading. Oh, he used to do reading. He used to be a president. He was kind of quirky. He would wear a toga. Sometimes to the, oh, I can't call
It's
it.
too long.
It's too long.
My memory bank is not there
Okay.
anymore.
Yes, yes. Anyway, that would be good, Michelle. So, would you like to evaluate Michelle?
I'll do that. Yeah.
Okay, so Michelle will speak and evaluate. Awesome. Okay, now we're ready for your joke.
Okay. What did one hat say to the other? You stay here, I'll go on ahead.
That's a good one.
Where do pirates get their hooks? Second.
Second.
What did the pirate say when he turned 80?
I'm old.
I'm 80.
I need. Good one. Guys, those are some good ones. Really good, really good. Okay, I see, Michelle, you are also the table topics master. So did you want to take on both those roles too? You could run your reading right into tabletop. That's it. Hello. Okay, awesome, awesome. And would you like to take on? We have open timer and we have grammarian.
I'm grammarian.
Oh, you're grammarian, okay. So we have timer open and also, well, I don't think we do general evaluation until you
No,
have done it.
I can do the general.
Okay, so Justin, you do the general. And would you like to do timer?
I honestly don't feel like I have the consciousness to do timer yet.
Okay. Okay. Anyone want to, well, you already have two roles. You have two roles.
I'll do timer. I'm gonna pull your role like last week.
Okay, love it. We have all our roles filled. Now, I'd like Michelle to tell us what a tabletop master does. What is a tabletop master?
Well, thank you, Madam Toastmaster and fellow Toastmaster. So greeting. The purpose of the table topics master is to facilitate table topics where guests and members will have the opportunity to practice their impromptu speaking. I will introduce a topic and call on speakers who will be given 2 minutes to speak on a subject.
Thank you so much. Our next roles that we would like to hear about are the grammarian and the timer, which is done by Kim today. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. I will go with the grammarian role first. As the grammarian, I will listen attentively to words that distract, such as and, double words, string, anything that would distract sentence. I will also take good word usages and write it down and report that at the end. As part of that role, I have to give a word of the day, and the word of the day today is exemplary. 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 It means something described as exemplary is extremely good and deserves to be admired and caught. So that is the word of the day. And that is the role of grammarian. Next, the role I'm taking is also the timer report, the timer. As a timer, I will be taking role, I will be timing a speaking role, which is a speech, and also table topics, and also the general evaluation. For a speech, it would be 5 to 7 minutes. I will show the green for 5, yellow for 6 minutes, and red for 7 minutes, donating that it's time to as much as possible in your speech. For table topic, it's 1 to 2 minutes, 1 minute for green, 1.5 minutes for yellow, and 2 minutes for red. And it means, again, at red in 2 minutes, you should end your table topic. And then for the evaluator, it is 2 to 3 minutes, 2 minutes for green, 2.5 for yellow, 3 minutes for red, and us will also time the general evaluation, which I believe is 3 to 5 minutes. 2 to 3 minutes as well. So 2 minutes for green, 2.5 for yellow, and 3 minutes for red. Since I'm taking those 2 roles at the same time to do this meeting, I think that is considered exemplary duties that I'm having to do. I'm gonna mark one for
Well
word of the
done.
day. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, thank you. That is exemplary, that you are taking on the double roles, because those are roles that really engage. You have to really use your listening skills, your writing skills, all your senses are heightened. So thank you for taking on that task for today. Now we'll go with highlight of our, no, before we do that, our general evaluator is Justin. Justin.
Yes, thank you, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests. The general evaluator, my role is to keep track of the meeting, take notes on how it's going, and give feedback at the end. I'll also call up the roles at the end.
Thank you. That also is exemplary, because you are also taking on two. Now for our exemplary speaker today, who is also taking on 2 roles, we will have Justin, who is her evaluator, introduce.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. I'm looking forward to hear. Looking forward to hearing Michelle's speech today on the weight I was carrying. This is a last-minute impromptu speech. So congrats to you. That's very exemplary of you to do that. Nice word of the day, Kim. This is very useful word of the day. So look forward to hearing that.
Well, thank you very much for that amazing introduction. I had an exemplary time yesterday at Ptolemy. And while I was sitting on the beach looking out, I was really being led to write something. So I wrote this piece I would like to share with you. And it's titled, "The Weight I Was Really Carrying." Not too long ago, I decided to hire a trainer at my local gym. I gained some weight and wanted to do something about it. But more than that, I needed guidance. I needed someone who understood the body and the mind, someone who could hold me accountable when my own motivation started to slip. So I took the step and I showed up. But from the very beginning, something was off. I wanted to be there. I knew my why. I'd made the decision consciously and with clarity. And yet, during my first assessment, I found myself overwhelmed with emotions. I started crying, not because of the physical challenges, but because I was finally being honest. For the first time in a long time, I spoke out loud about the struggles I usually kept hidden. I admitted how hard it had been for me to move past certain life experiences and how I've been sabotaging my own self at every turn. That moment broke something open. I realized I wasn't just there to lose weight. I was there to heal, to truly understand what it meant to live this soft life, a life rooted in self-love and not survival. I wanted to feel the peace in my body actually felt. So I committed, not just to the workouts, but to myself. The first week, though, something strange kept happening. My trainer would demonstrate the exercises and I'd follow every instruction, but my body wouldn't cooperate the way I had expected it. I couldn't relax. I was clenching everything, my arms, my shoulders, my backs, holding tension like I was bracing for something to go wrong. And then it hit me. Mid-workout, I stopped and I told myself, "You're in danger." And that's when it all clicked. My body had been living in defense mode for years, stuck in a trauma response. Every experience, even something as routine as a workout, was interpreted as a potential threat. So instead of connecting with the movements, I was resisting it, tensing, bracing, surviving. And the next day, my body screamed from the pain of all that unconscious tension. But that pain was a teacher. It showed me the truth I'd been avoiding. I'd been living in the constant state of guardedness. My body didn't even know how to feel safe, even in the presence of something good. So the next session, I breathed. I grounded myself, and I reminded my nervous system again and again, "You are safe. You're safe." And something shifted. I began to relax into this workout. I could feel the difference. My muscles worked the way that they were meant to. I wasn't fighting against myself anymore. This journey is so much more than fitness. It's about listening to the language of the body, the strain, the flinch, and understand the story it's been telling you for years. Every sensation has a compass, pointing me towards emotions that are buried and beliefs that I am now ready to release. Healing isn't linear. It's layered and deep. But the more I showed up with love, the more I realized this journey is not about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who I've always been beneath the pain. So love yourself through the process, through the discomfort, through the discovery, through letting go. You're not just healing to feel better. You're healing to live free.
Beautiful, beautiful. Oh my gosh, I was mesmerized by that. It was not only a performance, it was an excellent reading, and I want to invite you to my podcast on that reading specifically. Love it. It also reminds me of my mother, who this morning when I got her up, she was stiff as a board, literally, like a board. And as you can imagine, coming out of a bed like on board, and there's no end to it, linear, standing up, I thought of that trauma piece. I want to share that. Beautiful. And then we choked up. Okay, back to the space. The next part of our program, we're going to call you right back up. It happens to be table topics.
All
I
right.
invite you right back up.
Thank you. Okay, so this week, table topics, I have a couple of, I guess, areas you can pick from. Choices, yes. Categories, that's the word. So the first one is personal growth and reflection. The second category is imagination and hypotheticals. The next category is relationship and identity. And the last one is lighthearted and creative. So who would like to come up and do a table topics? Absolutely. So the first category is personal growth and reflection. The second one is imagination and hypotheticals. Third is relationship and identity. Fourth, lighthearted and creative. All right, Mr. Kim, in what category would you like, or would you like me to spin?
I like them, I like imagination. Number two.
All right. And your question? If you woke up with a superpower, what would it be and how would you?
Thank you, Madam Table Topic Master. If I woke up today and I kept any superpower, it would be all the powers of Superman. I know you didn't say one, specifically pick one. Well, maybe you did. Was that one? Maybe I misunderstood that.
You woke up with a superpower.
Oh, I had a superpower. Okay. I would say it would be one of Superman's superpowers, which is a lot, but the best one is flying. And it happens to be that Superman, the new Superman movie is playing. Excited to go see it. So I'll just throw a shout out that the movie is coming out and I want to see it really bad. But the main superpower is flying. The reason is I have heard that taking flight is one of those feelings that you can't describe. The best that you can do that you can describe it is actually free falling, which is kind of scary. But at least when you're flying in the air, there's so many things you could do. You could look from a different perspective, a different view. You could see things that maybe most people don't get to see because you're at a certain level above everyone else. And that is the one superpower that I would love to get to do, to have today. Back to you, Madam TikTok.
Flying, I would love to fly too. That was one of the things that I wanted to do as a kid, was to fly. Any other volunteers for tabletop? Do you have a category, or would you like me to do a random spin? What did you do? Personal growth and reflection. What is one decision that changed the course of your life?
Thank you, Madam Table Topics Master. What is one decision that changed the course of my life? I would have to say when I was in my senior year in college, I was prepared to graduate and go on to my profession, which was speech pathology, communicative disorders and science. I was excited about it. However, I had student debt, had no job perspective inside, and the thought of going home was not an option. I chose within 30 days of graduating to join the military. I enlisted in the military, and that was right after I swore I would never, ever go into the military. I have what you call a guaranteed reserve forces student contract because I was ROTC. I wanted money for a scholarship, but I didn't want to join the armed forces. That decision changed the full trajectory of my life, which is why I'm here. My last duty station was here at Madigan. Before then, I was in the field on the base. That changed everything. And I'm glad I did. In retrospect, very glad that decision was made. So, thank you.
I can relate to that. I joined the military right out of high school. Signed that when I was still in high school. Would anyone else like to volunteer? All right. Do you have a category, or would you like a random spin?
You can random.
Light-hearted and creative is what you got.
Oh, I don't know.
That'd be awesome. Would you rather speak all languages or play all instruments? And why?
That is a great question. Would I rather speak all languages or play all instruments? To me, that's an easy one. I'd rather speak all languages. It'd be cool to go around the world and just know what everybody's saying. We went to Tahiti not too long ago, back in April. They speak French, and there's a local Polynesian language they also speak. And I didn't understand what they were saying. We show up with the Dominion. I speak Spanish, so some of it was close, but not quite close enough to use everything. I thought it'd be really cool, especially if they speak two languages. I was trying to learn one language, but I realized I was learning both of them. It would be great. Music, hey, it would be great too, but you got radio, you got music, I can listen to the whenever I want to the station, and there's the same in every language. If you've ever listened to music from other countries, it's pretty unique too. The Hispanic culture has one, and then I grew up around the Guatemalan people, Central America. It's a whole different beat, whole different tune. Very interesting. I encourage you to listen to some different music if you're ever interested in that. It's really unique, but really good. And somebody told me, I'm not good with music, but I heard somebody, a musician, say, I think it's the Spanish music starts on the third beat or something like that. They do musicians, you know how. I didn't know that Spanish music certainly the play. Interesting to me too, but at the end, I'd rather speak all the languages, so I can understand everything. Yeah.
Is there anyone else that would like to volunteer?
I'll volunteer.
Oh, awesome. Would you like to choose a category or oh, what is Welcome and brain. Randy. Okay, imagination and hypothesis. Okay. If you woke up, oh, I already know. You're offered a one-way ticket to anywhere in the world. Where would you go and why?
Great question. I will say, from all the questions that were asked today, I've loved all of them. I tried to like think of my own responses to all of them, but this one's tough for me. There's so many beautiful places in the world. I think if I had a superpower, I would have picked to be able to speak every single language. I think communication is basically what keeps humans connected, being able to communicate their culture and thought processes, which is why I'm here today. So if I were to choose a place anywhere in the world to go to, I think I would probably choose somewhere in the Mediterranean right now. I think the weather there is probably perfect. The picture the water being this indescribable blue that matches the sky. I picture all the buildings just having their own unique characteristics to them, and the food just being amazing. And I think that these characteristics of this particular place could probably fit anywhere in the world, but that's probably where I would go, is probably somewhere in the Mediterranean. Yeah.
You have time for some more?
So about 34.
Let's see, I guess I'll go. I'll spin myself. The question I got was, who has had the greatest influence on you today? Who has had the greatest influence on me today? Who's had the greatest influence today? I would have to say my children. My children has influenced me to really change a lot of ways that I showed up. A lot of things that I've seen in my past, I really wanted to change and improve. I wanted to be a better mom. I wanted to be a better person. I really wanted to show up and do a lot of things so they can see that representation. So my kids have really helped align that with me. In fact, this past weekend, I got into a little situation with someone, and because of my children being present, I handled it a lot better than what I probably would have handled it in the past, because I care about how they not only view me, but the influence that they have on me and making better decisions for myself and how I move. Is there anyone else that would like to come up again?
No, I'm cowardly yet.
I'll do one more. Sure.
If money weren't a factor, what would your dream job look like?
Money, thank you, Madam Master, again. If money was no object, my dream job is really no. I would probably go to the Mediterranean, lay around, year in hand, have a nice warm weather, soaking up all the sun. I would take all that time. I would try to learn every language that I could possibly learn, such as Duolingo, that. I'm trying to learn French at the moment, trying to improve upon that. And also spend a lot of time with family. With all the money in the world, I feel that you could have so much time, you could plan things with your family, go on vacation, you can even teach them on the go. Something that actually is very cool. I've heard of other people doing it, traveling with their family, teaching us they travel. And I don't know, I feel like I need to give that a lot more thought. That is not such, it's such not a personnel, such a thing that I feel is not achievable. I haven't really thought too much about it, so it caught me off guard a little bit. But those are the three main things I'm going to do.
Teaching on the go, that reminds me of my daughter. She asked me if she could stay home from school one day, and I said, absolutely. You're not gonna be home. And she was, took in the car, didn't tell her we were going. We went down to Seattle to African American Museum of Arts, and she loved it. And I told her, education doesn't have to be in the schoolhouse. You can learn so many places as well. So I love that idea of education on the go. I think it's amazing. All right, so I'm gonna turn it back over to you, Toastmaster.
Yeah, thank you. That was amazing. Love those, the spin. I need to find out what app we're using for that. That's amazing. You figure. Well done. All right, now we're at the part of the meeting where we get to evaluate the speech, and Justin, we've already evaluated for today.
Yeah. I am here to evaluate Michelle's speech. Michelle did a great job. She gave an impromptu speech last minute. Our speech person will make it today. Thankfully, Michelle stepped up. She did an excellent job considering the short amount of prep time we had. Did a really good job. You came up here. You had something already prepared. Again, last minute. Felt like you had really good facial expression. Definitely some hand movement. Good vocal variety. Couple things I noticed, though. These are going to be the bad. The worst part of it is you're just looking at the phone the whole time. Didn't notice you looking up, but it helped if you look at the page of the audience a little more. And also moving around a little more instead of just being around the podium. So there's some feedback for that. But overall, the speech went well. You were passionate. You gave good examples. You really drew us in with being at Oklahoma State Park. I felt connected because I've been there. It's local. It's somewhere I've been. I've seen that really drew me in. Right. Very good intro. Did a good job with start out with passionate. Peace in my body. So you can see the passion in your voice, body language. Did some flinching. Did the flinching, you actually did that movement. So it was really impactful. It was really in. I can tell you were really into the story and wanted to draw and send it as well. You had some really good phrases such as stuck and trauma response. Really good mental imagery for me. What else? Pain was a teacher. That was that as well. I think pain is bad, but it can teach you. You also have relax, which you both never thought of it. Relax a little hits into it. Good mental imagery, good analogies to use that could take with me. You have a really good closing to be free. Something about to be free. We'll get funding for that one, but we're gonna bring some. Bring the speech as well. We'll put those raised there.
Oh, they could be up here because you're next. That was an amazing exemplary evaluation.
Yes, that's the word.
I think so.
Yeah. I was really into, this whole meeting was just report in my mind because of what circumstances are in life. So I appreciate the evaluation, and table topics are just amazing. So now you get to say all of that in a ball wax for your general summary. General evaluation. So thank you. Okay.
Well, what we'll do, calling up the roll. Should I do the evaluation? All right, so I think we had a great meeting again. We had some last minute cancellations, but we worked around it. We started on time. Michelle came in, she was setting up, and came in and got it all set up together. Kim joined, got it all set up. Kathy arrived right on time, right into her role. Nice job. Managed to work through all that. We had a great word of the day, very popular, exemplary word of the day. Kim chose. And we managed to all work it in like all over the place. That was kind of pretty loud, some lightness in the meeting as well. Again, Michelle stepped up for the table topics, really good table topics, just a random, here we go. She gave us an option to choose a topic or to spend, so that was really nice. We ran right through them. Everybody took a couple times, and that was really nice, and that ended on time. Now that I think about it, I think that was early because we didn't have to evaluation. That was for improvement. We didn't compensate for the second evaluation. So we could have went longer with the table topics. Something else. And Kathy left the podium and staff briefly. We like to have somebody up here all the time. But we did well. I think, what else did we do? And everything ended on time. So like it was a very good meeting. Like we do every time, we work around the changes that come. We have a plan. The day of, things change. And that's really exciting. That's what this regards. Very, very fun way of our part. And with that, I would like to call the roles, the reports of the day. So I would like to start with the timer. First, I'll start with my timer. Who's Kim today? Yeah, no, timing's over.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. I have so much written down that I think you were the time probably exceeded my time. I'll start with the timer report because it's the shorter one. Justin, for your general evaluation, stopped at 1 minute 54 seconds. Table topic was 1 minute 31 seconds. For Michelle, your speech is 4 minutes and 15 seconds. And your table topic is 53 seconds. For Kathy, the table topic is 1 minute and 5 seconds. For myself, I did 2 of them. So again, twice. For 1 minute and 25 seconds and 1 minute and 21 seconds. Moving on to the other role of preparing a report. I'll go back up again with Justin. I heard that messages of, well, I'll start with 2 word of the day, and then so twice, kinda, once, yeah, and this long pause, trying to come up with the next transition. Good word usage, passionate, impactful, mental imagery, said that twice, Polynesian, you need a whole different. Michelle, the one word of the day, man, this one, I'm sure you probably have another one in there. Let's try to. Probably missed it, word usage, bad word usage is twice, once. We did a or a hum. I guess, we put, said, I guess, it's kind of pause it for a little bit. Lots of good word usages, I couldn't keep up with all of them. Healing is there, love yourself, love yourself, connecting with the movement, grounding myself, I knew my why, life rooted in self-love, guided through the motivation, sabotage, so on and on and on. A lot of word usages I couldn't keep up. Kathy, 5 word of the day, that you won the exemplary award today. So twice, us, and then you shifted to and. It's just, that's all I caught for that word usage. Good word use, ball wax, engage, mesmerize, beautiful, reserve force, I think that's what it is. Yeah. Oh, I mixed it up. Guarantee your reserve force. Retrospect, love the spin. I probably a bunch myself, and Brandy, that was I like once, twice. Did I give you I didn't give you a table topic time. It's actually a minute 17 seconds. The good word usages are connected, cultural, meditative, indescribable water. If you also want to see another blue water, it's actually Great Lake. It's actually very, I just came out. It's very, very good. So that wraps up my report. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
All right, thank you, Kim. Nice job. I would have went another 6 seconds if I would have evaluated.
You put in a and a pause.
Stretch it out a little bit.
Yep.
That looks like. Grammarian, you gave us a grammarian report. That's everybody. So, I don't, does it, we want to sign up for roll? Anybody want to take a roll for this?
Yes, about, we have used the word bad a lot today, but in Toastmasters, we give constructive feedback. When a person hears the word bad, it's a connotation that there's something wrong. And there's nothing wrong with what he said. It may not be good word usage or word stat. Flower or have good presence. But I could hear that and it's like cringing me, so I wanted
Well,
to.
thank you. Yes.
I think even with new people that are thinking about joining, they hear that, oh, is it that, you know?
Bad is a bad word.
It's just not exemplary.
Wow. There we go.
It's too work. It's pro, and I've been to Spain and they have that. Yeah, Spain, and I've been to Somalia and both places. So, just saying, that's
Well,
my,
thank you.
that's my
Thanks for
devil's
pointing that
like.
out. That never even came to my thought either.
Yeah, no, that's a good call out.
Yeah.
I was up there and I was trying to find proper words and just, I had a mental block and it couldn't come out. And I was like, there's gotta be a way to use the word bad usage. I think, I don't know if you saw me pause, but
Yeah.
I was just.
And that's when it hit me, it's like, you gotta say.
Yeah, I was like, oh. But so that's a really great call out. I appreciate that because I think we all get that mental blocks. I think it's always so many right
Words
different
that
things.
detract.
Let's go back to the basics.
We have some time. Anybody wants to go and take on a role for next week?
Using certain- or guess.
Yeah. Welcome back, Brandy.
Thanks for having me.
Good to see you again.
Yes. I intended to come last week, but I had a meeting. So I wanted to try to get the full experience of a real meeting this time. I know my first meeting was kind of like the passing of the gavels and elections and things, so I wanted to get the full experience and come back.
Keep coming back, it works if you work it. You work it and you work it. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's.
I did want to apologize for coming late. I thought it starts at 12:15. I'm not sure if it starts at 12:15 or 12:05. Thank you.
Coming late's fine.
Okay. Well, I'm so glad I came. Walking in your, I really loved hearing what you said, and I wanted to add one more thing that I really appreciated was the inflections in your voice with how you were saying it. I feel like when I was listening to it, it gave me a lot to like grasp to. It added a lot of texture to your speech, and I really appreciated that. So I don't know if this is a good time to say that, but.
Yes, thank you. Know when we readers about. That's my work is to learn how to not be reading my thoughts. Because I'm so married to my wonderful words. And I'm getting separated things from my mind while not losing the top. That is. What were we talking about? And I'm gonna be done with you. Where were you going? Oh, it's just heaven. Sort of like security. Always hear about the family. Well, we tell people it rains here all the time. They still. Because it doesn't rain. But I was thinking. It's a beautiful question. Any roll takers or?
I will be wrong next.
I'm not going to volunteer Robin, but I know he's going to do it for you. Okay. It's just so simple for me. Okay, nice. So I don't know what she's doing, but.
You don't know what I'm doing? I'm hanging out waiting to see if anybody's gonna pay attention to I'm here, or can you actually?
You can't see.
You didn't even know. You were like, was it her face?
All of a sudden you hear this voice out of the blue.
So I thought
I think there was
since
a quick capture
I
of-
had at least a little bit of a lunch break, I would come in and, you know, it only takes becoming president to never be able to make it to the meetings. But I'm glad to see that you guys are having fun and that you have a guest and of course Buffy, the guest that by the way, Buffy, I told them that it's your house that we will be having the officers meeting at. And maybe we'll wind up having a club potluck too. But Buffy's is the house that we get to hang out at. Just so you all know.
Go behave yourselves. If you want to take a roll, that's how you came up, Robin. Do you want to take a roll for next week?
No, I think next week I might wind up being back into my business meeting that because I am sitting in my car, unable to have access to any of my business stuff. That's why I could pop in with you guys. And so, but I have at least another couple more weeks, I think, that I will need to be at that business meeting that is at the 12 o'clock hour.
Okay. You know, my first time here, you gave that speech. It was so great. What was it about? Remember, but yes. It was like she wrote it for me. Yes. Well, I can evaluate you, or I can leave it open forever. I'll be back up. Okay. All right. Sounds good. I guess with that, we'll close out the meeting. Till next week.
Robin.
Good to see you all.
See ya.
Oh, so when